Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and man, so how do we start this? So why don't we look at what happened a couple of days ago? So you see, Epic Games saying line must go up. You know, at the end of the day, Epic Games is a publicly traded company, and there's no chances, man. There is no guarantees that they are not going to do something that is going to fuck up. But well, everyone was expecting this. That at one point, they are going to say, "We need to make that money rise up one way or another." So they resort to the most basic tactic that these corporations have when they want to milk what is their remaining consumer base, is by doubling down the prices for giving less. And you know, it starts like this, like the cost of running Fortnite has gone up a lot and we're raising prices to help pay the bills. Epic Games says. The bills of who? The shareholders. You know, it's so simple. Announcing V-Bucks changes and more. So that's how it ended, that headline. So yeah, everyone was not happy. Everyone that played that game for obvious reasons. For me, I was just laughing. Like, yeah, everyone consults this a mile away, but man, like doing it is in aggressive way. Like, oh no, double the price, cut the content in half. Talking about shrinkflation. So yeah, they did this and say the most lame ass excuse like, we need to pay the bills. You know, Epic Games has been paying to bribe gamers in the PC landscape to jump on their storefront with free gifts. Well, they're grifting and they're giving gifts. So I cut off my tongue there. And they think, oh yeah, this is how we are going to compete with Steam. So we went through this a lot. So but they went full, oh, pro developer, but not pro consumer. And Steam is not having problems with that to this day when it comes to their numbers. There is a better service, there are guarantees, and they are a private company. But Epic Games, they just bet all of this on trying to force Steam out of the market, which failed miserably from the start. And they were engaging in anti-consumer competition like exclusivity deals for certain games. But you know what? At that point, even I'm not going to put a lot of that blame onto Epic Games. I put that blame on the developers that accept bribing to do those exclusivity deals. Because at the end of the day, you know, when just even gamers when can see which is a best platform, and you know, I keep aside from Steam, I also mention GOG because GOG gives you games without DRM. They sell you those, and indies are jumping more on giving a go to GOG. But with Epic Games, you know, with Epic Games, you have the same type of censorship like what it is in consoles. You have the same restrictions. When it comes to preserving of the licenses, there is no guarantee. To be honest, it depends if the company is still alive or if it's not torn into pieces. So you know, with that in consideration, man, all of this movement, which at this point we don't need to go the full length of the article, other than seeing the prices being just, oh man, like wow, talking about yeah, making like gonna satisfy investors' dick. You know how it ends because even they have to move on to making cut corners to just to make the next quarter, and you're seeing even this is how it ends. And this was posted on March 24th by Epic Games themselves that today's layoffs. So today we're laying off over 1,000 Epic employees. I'm sorry we are here again. Man, like trying to do this guilt trip. Oh, it is because you didn't give in onto the sheer inflation and the greediness on our part. You know this is on you. Honestly, man, I don't have much positive things to say about Epic Games. If there actually were like GOG and Steam, it will be, and I will not be too picky with this Stormfront, but no. And also, Tim Sweeney has committed to stupid decisions, and with Unreal Engine 5, they were prompting more tools to make more blood of AAA uh, stuff, being speed out the development. And you know how it's going to end. More slot being produced, nobody's buying it. And at one point, yeah, Epic Games is going to rethink their strategy, primarily because if there is more games releasing with Unreal Engine 5, but there is unoptimized slot, yeah, even gamers are growing sick and tired. Even from the consoles, the ones that are still remaining there in consoles, they are also seeing like, these developers are not doing jack shit to optimize this. Fuck you. Fuck you. So they're checking out and they say, you know what, fuck this. And if it's not optimized, I'm going to skip it. But do you have exemptions like Raiders? That game, yes, it's optimized to a certain degree. Well, but even this part of the text is hilarious. These layoffs, together with over 500 million of identified cost savings in contracting, marketing, and closing on open roads, put us more in a more stable place. For who? Oh man. Challenges, yeah, yeah. All of this is just by the own hands of Epic. No sympathy there, man. But this how it's going. If you're not predictable enough to those investors, this is what you're going to end up seeing it. And yes, that's how it ends for Epic. Probably we're going to start seeing some more of this shit coming out from them. But we have to see how surprising it's gonna be. That's it. Thanks for watching and please